What is up, Scentsy fans? It's Patricia, and welcome to my Bring Back My Bar for Sniffs. Now, this came as a party closeout, so what I'm going to do is go through the party items and then do the Bring Back My Bar portion at the end. So if you're looking just for that, I will put a timestamp below. All right, so for a customer, she picked up the Birchwood cord concealing stand. I do have one of these, and I absolutely love them. Years past, Scentsy had probably about 4 to 5 cord concealing stands, and now I think we're down to 2. So I really like that product. If you're looking for something that is unique in that you put your warmer on the cord concealing stand, wrap the majority of your warmer inside. If you don't like cords dangling, etc., you like minimal amount of cords visible, that's what you want to pick up. What I'll do is I'll take a picture of it and I'll insert it right now, showing my warmer on the stand and most of the cord is underneath. The customer also picked up a Golden Crest warmer, which is warmer of the month for December. My warmer of the month kit for December is somewhere in limbo with the Canada Post strike. So since the strike, Scentsy has not been using Canada Post, but the strike is obviously impacting how long things take to arrive. And unfortunately, you may be a customer that had an order put through Canada Post before the strike and maybe it just didn't make it to you, and if that is you, I apologize. I'm in the same boat. My scent of the month kit will probably arrive sometime in the new year, but we'll see when the strike ends. All right, the other thing I picked up for myself is 2 packs of the cotton cleanups, the larger size. They are in stock. I like to use these for especially vendor wax because those warmers get so hot. Scentsy wax, I like to utilize the cool down and scoop it out method because Scentsy has a wax consistency that allows you to save money. You can do it that way if you want. All right, so I picked up a bunch of scent circles that I usually send out in December, which I'm not going to be able to send out. But we have a lot of Amazon Rain, we have pumpkin roll, we have blueberry cheesecake, we have pumpkin cinnamon swirl, winterberry apple teas, squeeze the day, and apple spice season. So I'll put those aside. All right, so what I will do is I will just grab the Bring Back My Bars and put them to the side, and then we will talk about the non-Bring Back My Bars first. So the Bring Back My Bars are available in January, so just keep that in mind. What I'm sniffing today is not going to be available until January. Oops, I'm dropping things. So the lineup consists of 5 really old Bring Back My Bars, 5 from Dan Orchard, interim, or I guess Scentsy's CEO now, and the other 15 were from customer voting. All right, so we're getting there. All right, so let me just pause the video and I'll sort them and I'll be one second. Okay, so I'm back. I have my Scentsy bars from the closeout and my Bring Back My Bars. So let's go through the Scentsy bars from the closeout. From the Harvest collection, I have berry apple shortbread. This one is a really nice bakery, but there's a little bit of lemon they don't really mention in the title. It almost smells like a plummy apple jammy internal portion with a shortbread cookie and almost like a lemon vanilla glaze on the top. We have 2 bundle up. This is a really delicate, pretty, gentle fragrance. Yes, if you like, I think it's called Lights Out, or what was the other one from the Catching Z's? Not the Lights Out. I forget the other name. You'd probably like Bundle Up. We have 2 Ginger Cookie Crunch. This is a really nice fragrance. It's mostly a spin-off of a vanilla bean buttercream to me. Almost like a buttercream, vanilla bean buttercream met a little bit of ginger. We have Holiday Market, which I believe has grapefruit, pomegranate, and like a nice array of spices. Yes, it almost gets your salivary gland going. It's very tart and sweet at the same time. Oh, one more LTO. Now, what I will do is I will just talk to you. I had a customer that said her husband really likes apple. She couldn't remember what the name was, and I said, was it Johnny Appleseed? She goes, yes, I think that's the only one he doesn't turn off. I said, well, that's unfortunate. So she said she wanted to have some Johnny Appleseed. Actually, she just asked for apple scents, and I said, well, do you want spiced or non-spiced? And she said, how about both? She said 3 of the Johnny, and you pick the other 3. So when customers do that, you're both excited and nervous at the same time because you want to do a good job and pick a good variety. So we have 3 Johnny Appleseed, which is basically Macintosh apples, the peels, and a little bit of pear. And it's a really nice non-spiced apple scent. It's strong and it mixes well with lots of other things. So that is very nice. So for the spiced options that I thought she might enjoy, I picked up an apple spice season from the Harvest collection, I think it was. Yes, because people are seeming to really like this. It's just a generic apple spice scent. It's well done. It's about a medium intensity. I also picked up one of the best sellers, Cider Mill, because that's pumpkin apple and spice. Yes, and this is nice as well. Most people like this one. And I decided another good apple-based one with a little bit of spice is Winterberry Apple Tea. So yeah, this is probably good for this time of year. So I hope the customer enjoys that 6-pack. So 3 Johnny, Apple Spice Season, Cider Mill, and Winterberry Apple Tea. Let me know down below if you think I did a good job. All right, for another customer, we have Very Snowy Spruce. This is a nice scent this time of year. I believe it has balsam, spruce, cedar branches, amber, and woody pine cones. And I know that because I've been writing the scent notes down a lot because I've recently done a Tester Tuesday video on it, and I've recently finished a brick. So there you go, Very Snowy Spruce. That is a bestseller. We also have another bestseller this time of year is Christmas Cottage. This has raspberries, Valencia orange, cloves, and spices, but it's a very cinnamon heavy. It's red hot cinnamon heavy. It's a pretty intense scent. You gotta like strong cinnamon based scents, in my opinion, to pick up that one and enjoy it. All right, we have 2 Candy Cane Buttercream. This is a peppermint candy cane style scent with a lot of vanilla bean buttercream, so it really dilutes that peppermint. And overall, this is a beautiful scent, lovely, very yummy, totally edible, but it is on the lighter side. So sometimes you might have to use extra wax or just use really, really hot warmers for that one, but I do really enjoy it. And we have 6 of the ever popular vanilla bean buttercream. So this is cane sugar, vanilla extract, and the decadent buttercream frosting. Yes, it's great on its own and beautiful mixed with other fragrances. You can't go wrong with vanilla bean buttercream. All right, so let's talk Bring Back My Bars. Here I have my Bring Back My Bar sheet with all the scent notes. And if I can remember, I will tell you my personal experience and if I have a video on it already. Now, if I do have a video out, I will not be rewarming that scent likely. So if you want to hear more about it from me, go to check out the video. I will link it down in the description box or the comment box below, excuse me. I'm sure there will be other consultants that do a full comprehensive 25 scent review. That will probably not be me, but you can pick and choose which ones you want to watch or what you're interested in. All right, so the first scent is, ironically, I believe the first scent that got Scentsy going, and it is Banana Nut Bread. Now, this one was the scent that Orville brought home. Heidi put it in the warmer, and then when he came back, I think he thought that she was really baking banana nut bread, but it was the Scentsy scent. So, Banana Nut Bread has been around a while. It's come back quite a few times since I've been a consultant. And I would say over time I've grown to love this scent, but at first I was just kind of okay with it. So let's read the scent description. Scentsy says, ripe from the oven with ripe bananas, nuts, and spices. And I would put this in the bakery section. And it's a beige colored wax. Yes, so on cold sniff, you definitely get an artificial banana. In saying that, I don't know if I've actually ever smelled a scent that doesn't smell artificial and banana together. Banana is really hard to get to smell authentic. So this one reads mostly banana, and from my experience, when you warm it, for about the first 4 hours, you're going to get a lot of that artificial banana. Then that's going to fade dramatically, and you're going to get the nutty bread and spice notes come out. And that's out for a few hours as well. But some people might think it's over once the banana is gone, but it kind of morphs into a whole other scent. So give it a chance, leave it in the warmer, and you might really enjoy the bready part more than the banana part, or you might like them both together. And if you're trying to get a pure banana bread, you could start one warmer with banana nut bread, and then maybe 3 or 4 hours later start another one. So as one's fading, another one's kicking in, and you might get a good medley of the scent that way. So that is banana nut bread. My family, I know Ryan doesn't like that one, and he likes a lot of scents, and I think the other members of my family, they don't have an opinion because I've not heard them mention anything about that one. All right, the next one is Bergamot and Solar Driftwood. Now, this is going to be story time with Patricia because this was a brick that I purchased early in my Scentsy journey when I was a customer, and I bought it. It was in the clearance, and when I first smelled it, I did not like it at all. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so intense. This is masculine. It's very strong. But I had a whole brick to work through, so I thought, okay. So I started warming it, and I warmed it, and I warmed it, and I warmed it. And when I was down to the last warming of that brick, my husband said, whatever scent you have going, I love it. And it was bergamot and solar driftwood. And I said, well, it's ironic that you say it now because we're done the brick. I think then it was available in bar form, but it just kind of goes to show that once you're kind of done, that's when you get the compliments. So let's read the scent description. Scentsy says, crisp bergamot, mandarin, and dreamy driftwood elevate fragrance to intelligent design. And this is a very pretty blue colored wax. Good performer. Yeah, and one of my local customers, her name is Diane. I went to high school with her. She absolutely loves this fragrance. So I told her it was coming back, and she said she was going to order 12. So I'm not sure if she's really going to order 12, but she really likes this one. Yes, and I can definitely smell a little bit of orange today, and I smell driftwood. You can smell bergamot, which is kind of a old-fashioned citrus that does tend to lean cologne when it's mixed with other items. Now, from memory, this is fairly strong, but I don't think it lasts very long. I should probably go back and watch my video. You think I would remember, but I warmed this a lot probably in 2018, 2019 timeframe. But yeah, I really like that. It's a good one for me. It's a masculine, aquatic, fresh scent. So that is bergamot and solar driftwood. All right, the next one is berry tart. And this one has been voted as a bring back my bar scent that I'm going to review this week. So I've not smelled this, I don't think. The notes on this are a medley of sweet berries nestled in buttery pastry topped with caramel. So sometimes when I see berries, I'm not sure if I'm going to like the scent. It's really hit or miss with me and berries. But they also talk about pastry and caramel, so let's see. Oh, okay. So the berries are not saturated. They're in there, but I can definitely smell other stuff, but it does maybe smell a little bit waxy. But I think if you like the scent cranberry muffin, this is a little bit of a different spin on that. Because that particular scent didn't smell very strong like muffin. And this scent kind of smells a little bit like a waxy muffin. Now sometimes what's happening is it's just the berries that are doing that to my nose. And once you put it in the warmer, it smells like a really nice mix. And it could be, I felt like when I first smelled it, I got a little bit of caramel, but it's not a heavy, thick caramel. It's just a little more gentle. Yeah. I think Sharon sent me down raspberry Danish. For some reason, the berry note in that is a little bit similar to that berry scent from raspberry Danish, but that's just from memory. So I'll be warming this very soon. And check out Tuesday's video because I'll have a full review. What I usually do is I warm each scent in 2 locations and then give you my feedback. All right, the next one I have a lot of experience with, but I don't have a Tester Tuesday video out on it for some reason. It is cherry clove chutney. Now back in 2018, I think I picked up, I don't know, it was at least probably like 6 of them. It seemed like a lot. It took me a long time to go through. So let's read the scent description. Scentsy says, crushed Bing cherries, cloves, and cinnamon. Now I'm suspecting that Scentsy would put this in the spice category and not the fruit category. For me, it is a cherry and a heavy spice presence. There is definitely a lot of clove and a lot of cinnamon. And what I actually find that this is not an overly sweet scent. It's a little bit heavy with the spice. So what I like to do is mix it with apple butter frosting, and together 1 cube to 1 cube in a warmer. I love that combination. On its own, this is just okay for me, but when I mix it with the apple butter frosting, I really enjoy it. So that's probably why it took me so long to get through the bars. I think if you like spice scents, you're gonna like this. If you detest cherry, you might still be okay because it's spice heavy, and the cherry, I don't think in my nose it reads medicinal. That's a question that people often ask. Does it smell like cough syrup? I think there's going to be definitely people that say yes, but for me personally, it does not. But it is strong on cold sniff, so that did not make it in the voting for this week, but it was in 4th place, so very close. All right, the next scent is Cozy Kitchen, and this is not a new to me scent. It was a Bring Back My Bar that we just had last year, and then before that, it was in the Hygge collection from 2019 timeframe, whenever that came out. And this is one of my mom's favorite scents. She really, really enjoys this, so It's a bakery, obviously, beige wax. It says warm up to a blissful batch of warm oats with brown sugar and a spicy cinnamon swirl. So it's definitely, it smells like Quaker maple and brown sugar oatmeal, but obviously I don't know if there's maple in here, but that's the smell memory that I get when I smell this. Yes. So if you like brown sugar mapley instant oatmeal, then that's what Cozy Kitchen reminds me of. It's pretty strong here, smelling it. I would say at least a medium to a medium plus. Performance was pretty good for a bakery for me, and that's all I remember because I haven't warmed it in a while. All right, the next one we have is Cranberry Spice, and this is an old school Scentsy scent. Back in 2018, I purchased this and really fell in love. So what I'll say is it's probably going to be one of those scents that some people aren't going to like this because it does read like an artificial cranberry to me. But let's smell it and see what I think today. So it says a generous blend of cloves and ginger help define the sophistication of tart cranberry. Yeah, I don't know if it's really tart cranberry. It smells like an old-fashioned Scentsy cranberry scent, like it smells like something you would get from the 80s. A little bit waxy, not sophisticated at all, but nicely done, kind of sweet with a nice balance. So Cranberry Spice, I believe, was one of the ones that Dan voted back. So it wasn't a vote back from customers, it was an addition from the CEO. All right, I have Key Lime Pie. This is a green colored wax. I do love my lime scents. This is the mouth-watering blend of coconut and lime, and I have not smelled this or tried it, so it's new to me. Oh, this is nice. It is kind of like a little bit like Fiesta Lime. Let me just smell. Fiesta Lime, oh, it's very strong on the bottom. Ooh, it's tangy. So Fiesta Lime was very nice for me initially, and then I grew to not like it, but this one I think is a little bit different. I was just going to say, I feel like I smell like a creamy coconut, but not like a flaked coconut, and there is coconut in here, so maybe that's why. I had to breathe really deep, get past that intense citrus scent, and then get to the coconut, but there is a little tiny whiff of that. Yeah, it definitely is mouth-watering. I think this is going to be good. This would be nice mixed with a lot of things too. So I tend to like lime scents. That'll probably be good. It is kind of a sweet tart combination, but it does smell very strong on cold sniff. So that's for the citrus lovers. For the floral lovers, we have Lily of the Valley. This says very fresh and green, true to the scent of a white lily, excuse me. And as we say that, it's kind of a yellowy colored wax. Yeah, this smells like a lily. It smells light to me. I almost want to rub this. Let me see if I can rub this. It does smell sweet. It reminds me a little bit of the scent that I get in Luxe Vanilla. Like that sweet, almost like candy-like scent with a floral. Yeah, this reminds me of an old school scent as well. So this is light to medium on cold sniff, but if you're a floral lover, you're probably gonna definitely want to give that a try. All right, I have Lucky in Love, and this is a really nice one. This is a dupe of Victoria's Secret's Love Spell. So this one has been around a while, so I'm not sure which came first, Lucky in Love or Love Spell, but they are similar in nature. So this says sweet bouquet of mandarin, bergamot, and orange with hints of peaches and berries. Yeah, and this brings me back to, I was late in the game smelling Love Spell, and one of my coworkers used to wear it, and I said, you smell really nice. So she brought me in a body cream, and I used that and really enjoyed it. So this is really nice. And when I first warmed this, depending on which video you see, when I first warmed this, I felt like it didn't perform as well. But every other time I've warmed it, it's performed very well in the sense that it's quite long lasting at about a medium intensity. So this would be a scent that I would put in Erica's room and be confident it was going to last like maybe 3 days and not worry that I had to go in her room very often and change it. Because you know how teenagers can be. They can be moody. So you want to avoid them if you can. So this is a good scent for that. Yeah. If you're someone that likes sweet, girly, feminine scents, this is definitely the way to go. So can you smell all those particular notes? I would say it's a nice amalgamation of a bunch of notes that comes out to a nice, beautiful, youthful home fragrance version of a perfume. Almost like a body spray. All right, the next one is Mandarin Toffee Treat. I believe this came out in around 2017, right before I became a consultant, but I did find, I was going to purchase, but I probably did purchase on the black market or do a Scentsy drug deal. I did have a partial bar that I warmed, and I will say that I didn't like it at all back then. So we're going to see, maybe my opinions have changed, but I did not do a review video out for it, but I remember I didn't care for it. So let's see what I think now. It says sugared mandarin and sugar cane drizzled with creamy toffee butter. Okay, so this reminds me a little bit of like a spooky but sweet type of scent, maybe with a little bit more of a citrus. Yes, I think I'm tolerating this a lot more now than I was back in the day because I've been exposed to these kind of scents. Back when I first smelled this, it was just very intense, strong caramel with a mandarin. I didn't care for it. Now it's probably about a medium, maybe medium plus. But you can smell a little bit of mandarin, you can smell a little bit of that toffee caramel kind of combination. So that is mandarin toffee treat. Good for the fall. All right, the next one is Ode to Opulence. I have warmed this before, just a few testers, and I have a video. It says, lavish your senses with the sweet, evocative aroma of apricot, blood orange, coconut milk, black currant, and spiced vanilla. And I think this was around just for one season. Yeah, and it's very fruity. It's vibrant. I think, oh, something on the bottom hit me wrong. What am I smelling on the bottom that I don't really like? I think I'm smelling almost like a stale apricot on the bottom, and I'm hoping that goes away because the top smells really nice. The top smells really fruity. The bottom does not smell good. Yeah, it almost smells like a little bit of an ashy note on the bottom. But hopefully, I think it might just be, I'm hoping it's just reacting with the plastic. But I remember really enjoying this in the warmer, so I assume that the other fragrances are going to take over. It is probably very currant heavy, so I think you probably have to like currant and probably blood orange as well. But I really enjoyed that when I melted it the last time, so I'm hoping that I'm going to enjoy it again. All right, Orange Clove Pomander. I've melted this recently for Bring Back My Bar, probably 6 to 12 months time frame. It says ginger, clove, and vanilla make for a spicy, sweet treat. And I remember liking this a lot more than I remembered liking it, so yeah, there's definitely the clove and the ginger. Yes. That's what I'm getting the most of, ginger and clove. If you like those scents, you're gonna like this. If you're missing cozy spice, this is definitely different, but you might be able to rig it up with maybe a vanilla, something added to it to cream it out a little bit more, to take down that clove intensity, and you might be able to find something in that cozy spice wheelhouse. But this one here, it's not a love, it's a like. But it's a good fall scent if you like those kind of spicy scents. You're gonna like that one. All right, the next one is Orange Dreamsicle, and this one has been around for a long time. It says a classic combination of fresh orange swirled with vanilla cream. Yes, and the orange is a little bit, it does smell like an orange creamsicle, but what happens is that orange, for me personally, almost smells like a diluted orange right from the get-go. It doesn't really smell like an oodles of orange, which is very concentrated. It's more of a diluted orange. Almost like you had orange pop and you left the ice cubes in and it melted and it kind of gave you that diluted flavor. That's kind of what I get. So from warming this, I wasn't overly impressed when I warmed it before. But I think what it is once I warmed Tangerine Creamsicle, I actually preferred that to this. There's another scent, and I can't remember, I think it's called Citrus Pop, and I felt like Citrus Pop was my wish for Orange Dreamsicle. Like Citrus Pop smelled like what I wish this smelled like. But this is so popular, so sometimes I just wonder if I'm in the minority with things. Maybe I'm just smelling things kind of strange compared to most. All right, the next scent is Pixie, and thanks to Sharon, she sent me up a partial brick, I think twice. I really got to explore this. But the only thing was, it was an older brick and I wasn't sure if the scent strength was indicative of how the scent is, because the scent from when I had the old brick, it was on the lighter side. So I'm interested to smell this and probably warm it. So let's read the description. Scentsy says, a mischievous moonscape of pink pepper, mandarin and heliotrope, deepened by exotic teakwood and vanilla oak. So lots of scary sounding notes, but this is a really pretty scent. So let me give it a smell. Yes. This is a really nice background. I'm going to say sophisticated, chilled out, relax. Your house smells really nice kind of scent. Yeah, it's don't be scared of any of those notes at all. Definitely give this one a try. It's probably between light and medium when I warmed it, but man, was it ever nice. I really enjoyed this. But if you're looking for strong boomers, I didn't find this to be a boomer at all. But it is beautiful. So that is Pixie. Kind of one of those conceptual, beautiful, elegant scents. All right, the next one I've worn before and is Pumpkin Tiramisu. And from memory, this packaging looks different than what I'm used to, but it does kind of look like a layered tiramisu. It says, layer pumpkin with sweet brown sugar and vanilla cream for an autumn twist on a favorite Italian dessert. Now, it doesn't talk about coffee, but we know that tiramisu is typically has the ladyfingers dunked in a coffee. Sometimes it's spiked with an alcohol, so like a rum. Let's see. Yeah, and this is, I've had pods of these, and the pods were amazing performers. Amazing. So from memory, this is a very strong performer. It talks about brown sugar, yes, pumpkin, yes, vanilla cream, not a lot of vanilla cream, because that would bring down the intensity. But this reminds me a little bit of a variation of Mandarin Toffee Treat. So they're kind of distant cousins to one another, just smelling them quickly here. But yes, this was strong for me in the past and long-lasting for me in the past. So those are your kind of scents, and definitely pick that one up. The next one is Sedona Sunset, and I've warmed this before, and I've had testers of it before. Now, I will say, this is one of the scents for me personally that I found that you couldn't store long-term because it would start to change, almost deteriorate. So keep that in mind. A lot of times when I say that, my experience with testers are not always the way that bars will be, but you just definitely don't want to chance it, because if it breaks down in testers a little faster, then it stands to reason that the bars might break down a little faster. And when I say that, the scent just smells off and you don't really want to warm it. So I would probably warm this within a year or two if the testers are indicative. All right, so it says, just as the setting sun paints the desert sky, flamboyant desert lily and vanilla orchid enliven creamy coconut milk and ethereal jasmine. I have a candle that reminds me of this scent, so let me just finally get it out so I can smell it. Yeah, and the candle, I feel it's called Sunset. I forget what it is. I'll put a picture of it here. And actually, I'm going to probably smell those side by side, because it'd be the kind of thing when you burn the candle, you could melt the wax at the same time. Now, it says here, desert lily, vanilla orchid, coconut milk. I don't get any creamy coconut milk. I feel like I'm getting some sort of weird tone that I don't really like. Almost like a leathery alcohol-based tone. And that sounds terrible, but just something in here doesn't smell the greatest to me. I don't know if I'm getting desert lily or vanilla orchid. I definitely don't get coconut milk, but probably jasmine. But yeah, this one here is hard to explain. I'd almost have to watch my video and see how I explained it before. Almost like comes together, almost like that scent Born to Shine, but this is a lot sharper. So anyway, Sedona Sunset. Not really one that I love. All right, the next one is Simply Cinnamon. I do have testers for these, so I have smelled this before, but I haven't warmed it. It says warm, spicy, classic, rich, purely cinnamon. Yeah, it does. It smells like there's something else, like a woodsy base to the cinnamon, almost like a cinnamon bark. Not just, does it say? It says warm, spicy, classic, rich. Yeah, I would say rich. There's a richness to this. Almost like a woodsy cinnamon bark dominant type of cinnamon. Yeah, so if you like more earthy based cinnamon instead of sweet, like let's add it to bakery cinnamon, then Simply Cinnamon is the way to go. I would say it's about a medium plus to strong. Okay, the next one is Sizzling Coconut. It says tempting mix of cinnamon, coconut milk, and rich vanilla. Oh, I like this. This is like a coconut. Let me just see. It's like a lot of coconuts sometimes can lean a little bit waxy, and real coconuts kind of do that as well for me. But I think what's happening is there's a lot of sweetness here, and there's a bit of coconut milk in with it. But this also smells like an old school Scentsy scent, like not something they'd come out with. Look how white that is. Yeah. I think if you're someone that wants to try coconut scents and add them to things, this would be a great option. It does kind of read like a creamy coconut. I don't know about sizzling. I don't really find it spicy. I just smell it. I find it just like creamy coconut for me. All right, the next one is Snuggle Up. I have a video I just warmed this week. It says settle down in cashmere woods curled up with angel lavender and soothing sage. This is a strong, long-lasting laundry cozy scent. Oh, so good. So good. If you like jammy time, if you like, I can't even think. Those this one's a little more powdery, but such a good performer. I would say great for bedrooms. It's a little bit strong for bedrooms, so personally I like to warm it anywhere in my home, but if you like cozy, hazy, a little bit powdery, laundry-based scents, then definitely pick this up. This is probably one of my top picks. All right, we have 5 to go. So the next one is Summer Sippin'. I feel like I have smelled and warmed this before, but I don't have a strong memory of it. So it says sun-ripened raspberries and tangy lemons make you wish it were summer. Okay, so the raspberry is a softened raspberry. And on the bottom, it almost smells like lemon curd. So the raspberry is not as strong as I was expecting, and the lemon is more like a lemon curd. That's what I smell. It smells like raspberry lemonade, really. If you like raspberry lemonade, almost like you had lemonade and then you put the raspberries in and a little tiny bit of juice, but it's not raspberry dominant. To me, it's lemon dominant. I would say 60% to 70% lemon and then the rest raspberry. All right, the next one is Taj Mahal. And this one I've always wanted to try. I hear people talk about it and I've never tried it. It says a soft oriental fragrance built on a base of musk and amber with subtle florals. Okay, this is almost like an exotic powdery floral scent. Definitely musky. I feel like I'm smelling lemon. I don't know if I'm smelling lemon because of the last scent. Yeah. It's a little bit, I think this is going to be really, really nice in a bedroom. Oh, yeah. I picture warming it. I think Linda H, she used to have a YouTube channel. I picture she would want to warm something like this in her lady parlor. I think that's what she calls it, the lady parlor. That's what this smells like. A little bit exotic, a little bit musky, hazy, powdery. Very, very nice. I'm not sure if I'm going to love it, but so far I think I like it. All right, the next one is a nice one. It is Thunderstorm. Personally, I'm okay with this one. It says very refreshing, sharp, spicy outdoor fragrance like the breeze in a storm. Yes, and this is floral heavy. It smells like wet, almost like the wet concrete. You could smell like the florals and the stems. Everything smells so much more heightened after that rainstorm, and that's what this gives. I really like this, but I think you have to like florals to like this. I remember in another description there was a rose scent note. So this is a strong scent on cold. Sometimes it doesn't melt quite as strong in the warmer, maybe about a medium, which is odd, but I would say most people would say this is a pretty strong scent for them. So really nice, beautiful, fresh floral scent. All right, the next one is a club scent for me, and it is Woolly Slippers. And this was from the Hygge collection as well, back 2018-ish, whenever that came out. It says, slide into a sweet and cozy cloud of sugared lavender, marshmallow, and vanilla. Now, this one for me is mostly a variation of a marshmallow vanilla. I don't get a ton of the lavender, but the lavender is there to switch it up. It takes away a little bit of the sweetness. Yeah. But there's a lot of marshmallow in here for me. So I like mixing this with a lot of things. If I want more of a marshmallow tone, I mix it with Woolly Slippers. Sometimes I melt this on its own. It's just a cozy, relaxing, comforting scent to me. And I really enjoy it. And I'm hoping if you have not tried it and you've heard me talk about it, that you at least enjoy it, because I'll feel bad if you really dislike it. But yes, I don't love lavender scents. The lavender in here is definitely minimal for my nose, and it does read on the sweeter, more basic side. It doesn't read herbal at all to me. I probably wouldn't like it if it did. So that is Woolly Slippers. Probably one of the ones I really enjoy as well, since it's in my club. And lastly, we have Yuzu Dragon, which was a Bring Back My Bar, probably, I'm going to say around 2020-ish. This is a burst of fruit that simply sparkles. Fresh guava and honeyed nectarine spiked with exotic dragon fruit and yuzu. And if you've smelled the scent Desert Tropics, that had yuzu, I believe, in it as well. And it reminded me a little bit of this one. So let me just smell this so I can bring back some memories. Yeah, this is very tangy. You definitely get that guava. It says nectarine, which is kind of a derivative of peach. Dragon fruit doesn't really have a lot of scent, but it does provide some scent. And yuzu, I think, is the, I think yuzu, if I'm not mistaken, is like a citrus. So a little bit tangy, and yes. So mix all those things together. It's almost like a more tangy citrus version of Desert Tropics. If you've smelled that, you can try to imagine what this would smell like. This is about a medium intensity, and I do have a video out for this one. So if I had to recommend, I mean, I really think that this, for me personally, it's a fairly good collection. I was a little bit surprised that there was a lot of fall winter in this lineup, and personally I would not have picked Simply Cinnamon to come back because we have other cinnamons that people would choose that are in the catalog right now. Although this Simply Cinnamon is a little bit more earthy in nature, but I think there's a little bit of something for everyone here. Oh, I think I missed a scent. 1 second. I missed Posy Peach. I got to talk about that because it's one I really like and I haven't smelled it. Here it is, way at the bottom. I skipped over it. Okay, let's go back. Sorry, Posy Peach. It says fuzzy, ripe peach balanced by green, tender tendrils of violet leaf and a fragrance that hints at lazy summer days. And I did really like this when I warmed it for Tester Tuesday, which is little testers, but yeah, the peach is not very strong. It's just one of those slightly candied version of peach, but when you put it in the warmer, it just smells like a nice peach. Doesn't smell too sharp or astringent. Some of those peach scents can smell that way. This is very gentle and mild. Yeah, for me personally, I'm lucky that I don't smell many peaches as cat pee peach, and this one doesn't really go that way for me either. But this would be really nice, I wonder, mixed with vanilla bean buttercream. Let me just smell them side by side. Yeah, it would probably almost be like a peach cobbler type scent, so that might be something worth giving a try. So sorry about that. So yeah, I probably like quite a few scents. Maybe it would be easier to say the ones that I don't really care for from my recollection, and that would be, I didn't really love Mandarin Toffee Treat, although I think I would be better with it now. I don't really love Sedona Sunset, and I wouldn't repurchase any Simply Cinnamon, but all the other ones are fair game for me. So thanks for spending the last few minutes with me. I hope you found this video helpful. If you're new to my channel and you want to subscribe, I'd love to have you. If you want to be notified when I post a video, there's a little bell off to the side that you can select and customize to your needs. Have a great day in your necklace. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.